My husband, M35, thinks I, F32, baby trapped him despite the baby being planned. Please help. Originally posted in AITA but was removed by the mods. My husband, M35, and I, F32, have been married for 7 years. He lived next door and we just clicked. It was like a fairy tale. One thing I have always thought made our marriage so strong was our friendship with each other and our trust in one another. Although now my husband seems to think otherwise. Recently, my husband found out that his friend, Jeff, M34, has been baby trapped. Basically, Geoff's wife, F32, stopped taking the pill and fell pregnant a few months into their relationship, and only came clean after the wedding. Jeff came from a very conservative family, which his wife knew, and so he felt obligated to marry her after the pregnancy. Unfortunately, he also now feels obligated to stay regardless of the clearly messed up dynamic because he feels that he has made a vow and will stick by his wife and child. My husband, for some reason, has been really rattled by this. I am currently 4 months pregnant with our first, and my husband asked me yesterday if I was trying to baby trap him. I first laughed because I honestly thought it was a joke. He was dead serious and doubled down. So I told him that we have already been married for 7 years and a baby was not going to trap him any more than he already is. My husband did not like that answer and said that there was no time limit on baby trapping, and that my intentions were clearly not pure given how I was acting as if his concerns were a joke. He said he had trusted me in the past, but me laughing in his face gave him no reason to trust me now. I did not really know what he wanted or how I was meant to respond, and I said we should talk about this in the morning. Today I woke up and my husband was gone, but I did have a nasty text from his brother, M28, saying that I had forced my husband into this pregnancy despite it having been a joint decision. My husband is Mia and not responding to calls or texts, and now I am wondering how on earth to go forward. Any advice is appreciated. Weird take, but I think he's getting cold feet on the pregnancy and this is way to save face. My husband did not like that answer and said that there was no time limit on baby trapping, and that my intentions were clearly not pure given how I was acting as if his concerns were a joke. He said he had trusted me in the past, but me laughing in his face gave him no reason to trust me now. So, I understand that it's terrible what your friend is going through. However, you need to realize how insulting your comments actually are. We've been married for 7 years, and we made the conscious decision to have unprotected sex together to try and conceive a child. How is this baby trapping? I could easily turn the situation around and claim that you baby trapped me. I think at this point, we should enroll in individual and couples counseling. But yeah, if he no longer talks to you, get into individual counseling, and potentially consult a lawyer to inform yourself about how you could possibly move forward in case your husband does not come around. Even if he does, the consequences of his accusations won't just be forgotten from one day to the other. If he's not having a mental breakdown, there might be other things going on. Fuck, this guy sounds like an asshole. How do you baby trap a married man with a planned pregnancy? His brother sounds like a dick too. First of all, your husband is clearly being influenced by his friend, and possibly brother. Second, don't panic because I hate to say this, but it could be a form of manipulation what he is doing. Stand your ground and have an open conversation with him. Let him know it was a mutual decision. If he wants to leave, he is free to leave, but he will need to take part and support the child. That's not trapping obviously, and point it out. Lastly, you need to point out that none of this was even thought of prior to what his friend Jeff went through, and the influence that Jeff is having over your marriage is not acceptable. You are his wife, not some random girl he met at the bar. He took a vow with you, and that is greater than any friendship he has. I'm sure you have a lot of evidence in terms of discussions of having this child. Email everything to yourself and your lawyer and start protecting yourself legally. I don't see how you could possibly remain with this man while holding on to your dignity and self-respect and your safety. If he can make insane accusations like this, he can do other things as well. His brother's reaction says even more about this. Consult a lawyer now. Collect your evidence. Calls, reels, messages, emails, doctor's appointments, anything. Let your obgyn know that this is an issue currently happening so she can be aware of it and be consulted when needed. Discussions with mutual friends as well. Get everything on text. Protect yourself and your child, AKD. Get out of this marriage with this mentally and emotionally unstable man ASAP. I hope you have a job or savings. I'm sorry. Hopefully the baby gets his brains from you. Ha ha ha, can you please relay this to your husband? I want him to know I was laughing at him too. For being such a dumbass. He's not coming back. And even if he does, do you still want to be with someone who actively, knowingly planned and tried for a baby with you, and abandoned you after getting pregnant? He's also going to feel trapped with shared custody and paying child support. So sucks to be him. Make sure to consult a lawyer right now. So support starts when baby is born right away, and you know what other steps to take. Especially concerning any shared money and assets. Do not leave the house. You are pregnant. If he wants or needs something from you, do it officially via text so you have proof. Or lawyer. Right now, you need to protect yourself and the baby. Sounds like this friend was talking into your husband's ear. Like it happened to him. It has to be happening to husband too. Does your husband have parents you could talk to? Maybe they could talk some sense into him. Has he always been a moron, or is this new? I'd ask if he's cheating or something if he hasn't always been this stupid, because there is something shady in his behavior. What in the world? What he's done is despicable. And it isn't something that will ever be fixable because trust has been shattered. If his brother has heard this bizarre story, then so has everyone else. Your husband has abandoned you and your unborn child, spread vile lies about you, left you with stress and hurt that is not good for you or the baby, and has decided you are capable of an immense level of deceit. He has betrayed you. You should begin planning how you are going to care for this child moving forward. And figure out what all your options are. If you have family you can contact for help, you should reach out to them. You should also get a lawyer to prepare for divorce, custody, and child support when the time comes. Any evidence you have that this child was planned will be great as well. And you could potentially send screenshots to anyone who buys into his lies. Remind me 2 weeks. Sorry, but your husband is an idiot. The #1 cause of death for pregnant women in the United States is homicide. Please protect yourself. He sounds like he is breaking from reality a little bit. And it also might mean he's falling down a very misogynistic pipeline. I wonder what kind of YouTube content he's been ingesting. The amount of times I've said, "What the hell is wrong with men?" to posts on Reddit of late is staggering. And I say that as a man myself. I'm sorry you're going through this op. And I very much hope your husband pulls his head out of his ass to be the partner you need. And father he should be to your child. You genuinely need to act more insulted. I'd be livid. And probably consider abortion. This is how he acts now. He's not being a good husband to you. How can he be a good father? And he goes, Mia, not acceptable with a child. Couples counseling. Even if he has fears surfacing or doubts that a him problem that he should use adult words to convey, he went straight to an accusation, which is ultimately questioning your integrity a person. He actively chose to participate in the conversations when you were planning to try and was clearly a participant in having unprotected sex with you, knowing a baby was the desired outcome. The fact he has already gone running to family and allowing them to accuse you also is troubling. Offer him a public meeting place to discuss this like adults with the requirement of couples counseling as what happens if a friend's partner cheats, or something else. Will he revert to accusing you of the same thing? Sounds like dude is looking at the realities of having a baby and realizing it's gonna be hard and he's changed his mind. But he can't say that, so he'll just blame you instead. I would sit him down and say, first, don't get your brother to send me nasty texts ever again. Second, we aren't having a surprise baby. This was a joint decision. If you're scared or something, that's fine. We'll talk it out. But me baby trapping you? My husband of several years? Pull your head out of your ass.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.